Hello YouTube and fellow Wasteland Wanderers, and welcome back to The Bigger Pixel with your host, the Gaming Mandroid. I know we have been on hiatus for a while, but there is so much to talk about with all the new DLC and survival mode and all this good stuff that has been coming out for Fallout 4. So today's video is just talking about some of the new perks that were added in the Far Harbor DLC. Now, there are some special brand new perks that you can get by doing main quest lines in the DLC, but that's not what we're going to be talking about today. We're just looking at the 7 new perks that were added to the regular perk tree. Now, they're not technically new perks, they're just additional ranks to perks that already existed. So starting off, and there is one of these for each special attribute. So on each tree there is one new rank to one of those perks. So starting off with strength, we have an additional 5th rank of strongback available at level 40, and while over encumbered, running costs 50% fewer action points. So basically, as we see on rank 3 of strongback, we gain the ability to move by using action points while we're over encumbered. This is going to half that cost. It's basically the final rank of moving target, except instead of with sprinting, it's with just walking while over encumbered. Is this a good perk? I would never use this perk because I never go for strongback. I do need extra carry weight sometimes, but I always just go the route of taking Lone Wanderer, not strongback, so this is not a big deal for me. I know that a lot of people in Fallout are severe problematic hoarders, so for them this could be great. We did test it. You can move around for quite a long time when the penalty for it is as minimum as this. So yeah, if you are a big hoarder and you have problems, then this is a perk for you. So next up on perception, we have a 3rd rank to Night Person added in. At level 37, you can take the final rank of Night Person, which will give you 30 extra health between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Now, this is one of the worst of these new perks. This is a bad perk. There is no point in taking this. It's a waste. If you are level 37, you can get 30 health just by putting a point into endurance. You can get almost 30 health. You can get probably 20 something health. And that's health that's going to be with you at all times of the day, not just at night. So putting a point into Life Giver or into Endurance itself is a much smarter choice than taking this 3rd rank of Night Person. So this is unfortunately very disappointing. This is a wasted perk. Don't get it. So up next is Endurance. We now have a 4th rank available to Rad Resistance, which will give you, yet again, another plus 10 radiation resistance for a total of plus 40 radiation resistance. Is this a good perk? No! We've done the Endurance tree, and I've talked about how Rad Resistant is possibly one of the most worthless perks on the entire tree. True, the Far Harbor DLC does have a decent amount of radiation in the land, and it's kind of an increased concern, but absolutely don't take this. I mean, there's tons of Rad-X out in the world. There's tons of hazmat suits. The vault suit you can put on and upgrade to have lead lining. You put lead lining on other armor pieces. There's so many ways to protect yourself from radiation without wasting 4 perk points for 40 radiation resistance. Okay, look, if this final rank was like plus 1,000 radiation resistance and I just never even had to think about radiation again, maybe. Probably still not. Basically, not a great perk. Pass it up, guys. Up at Charisma, we have a 4th rank to Lone Wanderer, and this one is very exciting to me. Lone Wanderer is, in my opinion, one of the best perks in the game. So at level 50, you will be able to take the 4th rank of Lone Wanderer, which will give you 25 more action points when adventuring without a companion, or with dog meat, since he doesn't count, apparently. 25 action points is substantial. On the character that we're looking at here, I have an agility of 9. So I have almost maximum AP points, and I have 150. And I'm adding 25 on top of that. So, I mean, that is a substantial amount of action points. So this is a pretty good perk. Definitely, yeah, I mean, just take it. It's a good level 50 choice. And it could easily mean the difference between 2 and just a little bit enough more to get you to that 3rd shot with, like, I don't know, your rifle that takes a ton of AP. And getting that 1 extra shot can be a big deal. So up next, in Intelligence, they have added a 3rd rank to the Scrapper perk. This requires you to be level 40, and it's very vague. It just says you get more from salvaging. That's pretty vague, so we went ahead and did a little bit of testing, and we looked at it. So we have footage here of each rank of the Scrapper perk, and or rather with no Scrapper, and then with Scrapper, and then Scrapper 2, and then Scrapper 3. So we have all the different levels here of what you can get, and we're looking at all the same items. So you can see that when you get this final rank of Scrapper, there are a couple new components that will appear from the same item, from the same weapon, but mostly the effect seems to be that you're getting additional copies of the things that you were already getting with Scrapper 2. Now, there are a couple of components that just were not, you weren't getting any of those when you scrapped before, but now you're getting at least one of those. So that's nice. Basically, it's going to give you more rare components and additional copies of the things that are a little bit less rare. So it's a great perk. If you are big into building, it is a great perk. My one complaint with Scrapper rank 3 is that I was hoping that they would fix some of the complaints about Scrapper in general before with rank 2 when you can highlight stuff. Unfortunately, even with Scrapper 3, it still does not highlight armor or weapons that can break down into components that you have tagged. I think that's an oversight. Bethesda should be paying attention to what their community is asking for, but that's okay. It is a pretty good perk, especially if you are big into settlement building or modding, so that's that one. Coming up next on agility, we have a third rank to the Action Boy or Action Girl perk. Their level requirement is level 38, and your action points will now regenerate 75% faster. So it's just like the first two ranks of Action Boy. Each one gives you an additional 25% refresh rate. This is a fantastic perk in principle. I would love to take it. I have tons of characters that I take Action Boy and Action Girl on because it's an all-around excellent perk. Unfortunately, we've done some testing, and hopefully you can see here, at least on the PC version, Action Boy rank 3 is glitched, or rather Action Girl in this case, is glitched up and is actually worse than Action Boy rank 2. I'm not sure, maybe we should have done a little bit more testing. It has clearly brought my refresh rate down from 50%, not up. So this is a good perk in principle. I want this perk, but unfortunately with it broken, I don't want this perk. You might want to just stay tuned to see if patches or releases come out to fix that before actually taking it, because of course once you take it, you can't untake it. I mean, you could save and then load, of course, and it actually worsens. It doesn't just do nothing, it actually worsens your refresh rate. So until it gets fixed, you're better off staying at rank 2, but other than that, this should be a cool perk once it gets working. Okay, so finally on the luck tree, we have a 4th rank to Critical Banker made available to us at level 50. And just like the other ranks of Critical Banker, you can now save a 4th critical hit to be used in VATS whenever you need them. And of course, that number does not count the meter itself. So really, with this final rank of Critical Banker, you can have 5 criticals saved up at a time. Now, is this perk worth it? Probably not, just because it's just kind of gratuitous at that point. The difference between, I mean, Critical Banker is a great perk, and being able to save 2 criticals up is a huge difference over just having 1. And then having 3 is a difference over 2. You're getting freer and freer, but between 4 and 5, I don't know if it's really making a difference. I mean, if you're doing this, then you're probably a very luck-focused character, and you have all kinds of stuff like 4-leaf clover, and in fact, just the Critical Banker itself at rank 3 gives you a chance to randomly store one. I mean, you're probably going to be filling your critical meter so fast that having that 5th one available really isn't going to change much. You probably won't even notice, honestly. So I don't know if this perk is really necessary, just because it's kind of redundant at that point with itself, with other perks of Critical Banker. But if you're big in luck, if you're the Gunslinger build, maybe that 1 extra crit will make a difference. Do check out our Glass Cannon build. That's probably where I would incorporate it. Anyways, that's enough of plug-in for that, and that is all of the 7 new perks on the basic special tree, and I just wanted to kind of talk about those and go over them real quick. There are some other perks that you can unlock in the DLC. and they are interesting, and they do make me think of how I would like to incorporate them on certain builds we've done in the past. So there's probably going to be a video coming out about those later. It's probably going to be an even shorter video than this because there's less to say, I guess. But anyways, thanks so much for tuning in to The Bigger Pixel, and if you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Fallout 4 content. We are working on our survival build, our survival mode build that addresses all of the new problems with survival mode, all the new challenges. We have been asked to do that quite a few times, and it is coming up. So stay tuned, and I will see you next time at The Bigger Pixel.